On the last day, the Pacific breeze whispered through the jacaranda trees of Pacific Palisades, carrying the faint echo of laughter from 1,000 sitcom reruns, as if Hollywood itself was bidding farewell to one of its wittiest sons. Matthew Perry stirred in his luxurious home around midday. No, time had a way of slipping like sand through his fingers, muddled by the fog of treatments and yesterdays that felt like lifetimes ago. The morning had unfolded quietly, a game of pickleball with his live-in aide, a dip in the hot tub to ease the aches of a body battered by decades of battles unseen, a casual chat about expanding his foundation's reach to save others from the demons he knew too well. But as the afternoon sun cast golden slants across his living room, October 28, 2023 hummed with an unspoken finality, a curtain call he never saw coming. What secrets did the water hold, he might have wondered, stepping into the warmth that promised escape, unaware it would become the silent stage for his exit. In that moment, the sarcasm of Chandler Bing faded into the raw humanity of a man who had fought, fallen, and risen to help others stand. A life of punchlines and pain, now poised on the edge of eternity. Matthew Langford Perry, born on August 19, 1969 in Williamstown, Massachusetts, was an American-Canadian actor, comedian, and producer whose portrayal of the sarcastic Chandler Bing on the iconic sitcom Friends catapulted him to global stardom. Perry's life was a tapestry of triumph and turmoil, marked by early fame, profound personal struggles, and a commitment to helping others battle addiction. From a fractured childhood split between Canada and the United States to becoming one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, earning $1 million per episode by the end of Friends, his journey encapsulated the highs of celebrity and the depths of human vulnerability. Perry held dual citizenship, reflecting his binational upbringing, and never married or had children, though he experienced several high-profile relationships. His candid 2022 memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, laid bare his decades-long fight with substance abuse, which ultimately contributed to his untimely death at age 54 on October 28, 2023. The cause was ruled an accidental drowning due to the acute effects of ketamine, compounded by coronary artery disease and buprenorphine. Perry's legacy endures through his comedic genius, advocacy for recovery, and the Matthew Perry Foundation, established posthumously to support those with addiction. This deep dive explores his life from childhood to legacy, highlighting key eras, relationships, joys, and sorrows. Matthew Perry's early years were shaped by instability and a sense of isolation, setting the stage for both his resilience and later vulnerabilities. Born to Suzanne Marie Morrison, née Langford, a Canadian journalist who served as press secretary to Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, and John Bennett Perry, an American actor and model, Perry's parents separated when he was just 1 year old. Raised primarily by his mother in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, he experienced brief stints in Toronto and Montreal. This binational existence fostered a feeling of being an unaccompanied outsider, as Perry later described in his memoir. "I was so often on the outside looking in, still that kid up in the clouds on a flight to somewhere else." He attended Ropcliffe Park Public School and the prestigious Ashbury College, a boarding school in Ottawa, where he began exhibiting behavioral issues by age 10, including stealing, smoking, and declining grades. Notably, he physically assaulted a fellow student who would later become Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Perry's childhood mischief escalated into early substance use. He started drinking alcohol daily at age 14, a habit that persisted into adulthood. Amid this, he found solace in tennis, practicing up to 10 hours a day and achieving top junior rankings in Canada, with aspirations for a professional career. However, at 15, he moved to Los Angeles to live with his father, where fiercer competition diminished his prospects. There, he attended the Buckley School in Sherman Oaks, graduating in 1987, and honed his comedic skills through improvisational classes at LA Connection. These formative years blended privilege, stemming from his parents' prominent careers, with emotional neglect, as Perry felt overshadowed by his mother's new family with broadcast journalist Keith Morrison, resulting in 4 younger maternal half-siblings, Caitlin, Emily, Will, and Madeline, plus a paternal half-sister, Maria. His siblings remained supportive, applauding his early performances, but the sense of alienation lingered, influencing his path towards acting as an escape and eventual self-destruction. Perry's family tree intertwined media, politics, and entertainment, providing both opportunities and pressures. His mother, Suzanne, born 1948, rose from journalism to political prominence, while his father, John, born 1941, appeared in films like The Last Castle and TV shows. After the divorce, Perry had limited contact with his father, exacerbating feelings of abandonment. His stepfather, Keith Morrison of Dateline fame, became a stabilizing figure, though Perry still grappled with outsider status amid his half-siblings. The family dynamic was complex. Perry credited his siblings for unwavering support during his struggles, never turning their backs on him. Post-death, his family has channeled grief into advocacy. In October 2024, marking 1 year since his passing, they spoke publicly about their pride in his fight against addiction. His half-sister, Caitlin Morrison, executive director of the Matthew Perry Foundation, emphasized his legacy. Even when he was struggling in dark times, we were always proud of him. He kept fighting and made it a big focus to help other people. The foundation, launched shortly after his death, aids addiction recovery, with initiatives like the Matthew Perry House in Ottawa for supportive housing. Her mother, Suzanne, and her stepfather, Keith, have shared memories of his magnetic energy, working daily through the foundation to feel connected to him. As of 2026, the family continues this work, with Caitlin leading efforts to destigmatize addiction and promote treatment as a disease rather than a moral failing. Perry's acting career ignited young, blending guest spots and lead roles that showcased his comedic timing. His first credited role came at age 10 in a 1979 episode of 240R. Throughout the 1980s, he appeared in shows like Charles in Charge, 1985, Silver Spoons, 1986, and a 3-episode arc on Growing Pains, 1989, as Sandy, a character who dies in a drunk driving accident, a poignant parallel to his own struggles. His film debut was in 1988's A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon, opposite River Phoenix. From 1987 to 1988, he starred as Chaz Russell in Second Chance, retitled Boys Will Be Boys. In 1990, he led the CBS sitcom Sydney as Billy Kells, and in 1991 guest starred on Beverly Hills 90210. By 1993, he headlined Home Free and appeared in the TV film Deadly Relations. These early gigs built his resume, but were overshadowed by personal turmoil. Perry's addiction began intensifying. A 1997 jet ski accident led to Vicodin prescription, marking the start of opioid dependence. Despite this, his charisma shone, paving the way for his breakthrough. He missed Friends due to a commitment to the unaired pilot LAX 2194. Freed up, he auditioned for 6 of 1, renamed Friends, landing Chandler at age 24, the youngest cast member. Premiering on NBC in 1994, the show followed 6 friends in New York: Rachel, Jennifer Aniston,
Monica, Courtney Cox, Phoebe, Lisa Kudrow, Joey, Matt LeBlanc, Chandler, Perry, and Ross, David Schwimmer. It became a phenomenon, averaging 20 to 25 million viewers and winning Emmys. Perry's Chandler was sarcastic yet vulnerable, with iconic phrasing like, "Could I be any more?" He improvised lines, drawing from personal experiences, and earned a 2002 Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. By 2002, the cast earned $1 million an episode. Perry also featured in films during this time, like Fools Rush In, 1997 with Salma Hayek, Almost Heroes, 1998, Three to Tango, 1999, and The Whole Nine Yards, 2000. In 1995, he co-starred with Jennifer Aniston in a Windows 95 promotional video. His friend's success overlapped with addiction peaks. He arrived hungover, intoxicated on set, and remembered nothing of seasons 3 through 6 due to substance use. Perry's pinnacle was the Friends decade, 1994 to 2004, aged 25 to 35, when Chandler became a cultural icon for wit and neuroses. Critics lauded his timing and vulnerability, earning SAG Awards and People's Choice honors. The show tackled themes like commitment fears, subtly mirroring Perry's life. Episodes like Chandler's marriage to Monica highlighted his range. Post-Friends, he guest-starred on The West Wing, 2003, as Joe Quincy, netting 2 Emmy nods, and directed and acted in Scrubs, 2004, with his father. This era brought wealth and fame, but amplified struggles. In 2000, pancreatitis from alcohol abuse hospitalized him. In 2001, rehab for Vicodin, methadone, amphetamines, and alcohol paused productions. Yet happy moments included cast bonds and reunions, like the 2021 HBO Max special. Perry's romantic life was star-studded, but often fleeting, influenced by his addictions. He dated Trisha Fisher, half-sister of Carrie Fisher, at 18, marking his first intimate relationship. In 1990, on Sydney, he fell for Valerie Bertinelli, sharing a makeout session. A 1993 summer fling with Gwyneth Paltrow preceded her fame. His most publicized romance was with Julia Roberts, 1995 to 1996, sparked by her friend's guest spot. Perry wooed her via faxes, but ended it fearing rejection. In 1996, he dated Yasmine Bleeth, Chandler's on-screen crush from Baywatch. In the echoes of Matthew Perry's life, his voice remains timeless, sarcastic yet sincere, a beacon for those lost in the shadows of addiction, reminding us that vulnerability is the truest form of strength. Through Chandler's quips and his own raw confessions, he taught millions to laugh through the pain, turning personal battles into a universal call for compassion. As we reflect on his journey from Ottawa's outsider to Hollywood's heart, let his legacy inspire action. Support the Matthew Perry Foundation today, donate to fuel recovery programs, and speak openly about mental health. In honoring Matty, we keep his timeless voice alive, ensuring no one fights alone.
Goodbye, Mr. Heckles.